Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the video. So in this video, I'm going to be going through the top 3 stocks that I'm going to play this upcoming week. And we talk about a couple short squeeze plays, playing within the hot sector. Also going to be going through some great value plays with some upcoming catalysts that I like a lot. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at last week's picks, how they performed, and then we'll get into this week's upcoming stocks. So let's get into it. So the first stock from last week was Triterras, ticker symbol TRIT. So we called this one out in the low 7s. Beginning of the week, it did start its reversal. It went down from $7 up to $9. Midweek, when the market started dumping, this dumped along with it. And right now, it's sitting right at that support level, right at $7 per share. And as long as this does hold $7, it is still a very strong reversal play that I like a lot. So watching for that $7 level to hold, and I still think a good target for this one is $10 as long as the reversal does play out. Next up, we call that Small Direct Club, ticker symbol SDC. Called this one out when it was sitting at support of the channel, bounced perfectly off that. It got hot with the other short squeeze plays, hit our target right at the mid 15s, and actually went above that, hitting $16 per share. So a great trade right there. From $11 up to $15, very solid 40% gain on that trade for the week. Next up, we call that Net Element, ticker symbol NETE. This is an ascending triangle pattern play. It did end up breaking below the ascending triangle, so this was a play to stop and cut loss on. The overall stock market right now is kind of in a distraction phase. There's so much attention on all these hype stocks, on GameStop, AMC, all these hyped up stocks getting short squeezed. Now I could see this trend continuing, or I could also see this trend slowing down very quickly. It could go either way. So right now it's more important than ever than be paying attention to the overall market trends, which sectors are getting hot and which potential sector could get hot next. And right now, in my opinion, it's very, very important not to go all in and chase the hype because there is a ton of risk in this market right now. Alright, so let's get into the top 3 stocks for this coming week. Alright, so the first stock that I'm playing this week is Ayro Inc, ticker symbol AYRO. So this is a very small EV company. I've actually talked about this company in the past. But the reason I'm liking this trade so much right now is because of the very small market cap, the low float, and the short squeeze potential that this has that could run within the hot sector. So a stock that's been getting hot lately that we can compare this stock to is Naked Brands, ticker symbol NAKD. So this stock had a crazy run last week, up over 300% in a day. And the reason for this was because of the over 70% short float and the very small market cap. Now, we can take a look at this, and the market cap for this company is sitting right now and valuing the company at $325 million. Now, comparing this to Ayro is sitting with a market cap almost half of that at $205 million. And while it does not have that same short float, it is still sitting with the float over 30% shorted with a much smaller share float overall. So this is one of those plays that I could see if it gets some momentum within this hot sector of everything getting short squeezed. If it gets some momentum, it's such a small company and such a low float that this stock is going to move like crazy if it does get going. And if this does play out and this stock breaks out of the wedge, I could see this stock, and I'm targeting with this stock, $10 per share if it does get hot. Now I could see this stock not moving much at all this week, or I could see this stock going nuts, going to $10 plus if it does get attention on the short squeeze. So compared to a lot of these other hyped up companies, this is a lot lower risk with still great upside potential if it does get going. Alright, so the next stock that I'm looking to play this week, this one is getting a ton of media attention, a ton of stuff going around right now. So it is higher risk, but I see a huge upside if the scenario does play out. So this is silver, ticker symbol SLV, and this is less of a technical setup play, but it is getting a ton of attention on Wall Street bets and the media overall, and I think this has the potential to go nuts if the scenario does play out. So let's check out some of these silver websites and the huge demand that they're seeing right now. So this first one says, attention customers, due to increased order volume, we are currently experiencing shipping delays of 5 to 10 days from cleared payment. There's also another one that says, attention, due to extremely high weekend volume, we cannot accept any more new orders until global markets open on Sunday night. There's also some tweets here that silver took in almost $1 billion on Friday, nearly double the old record for this 15-year-old ETF after being targeted by Wall Street bets as a way to go after the banks. Also, here's a tweet from a guy who said, my friend runs a major gold and silver dealer that's been around for 3 decades. I just texted him this, and this is his response. This guy said, I've been getting between 400 and 500 emails a day for the last week. We stopped taking orders of silver until the market opens up later tonight. Over the last week, we've been doing 5x anything I've ever seen, including the craziness of last year. So that right there's been crazy order volumes. There's been a ton of demand going into the silver ETF, ticker symbol SLV. Now my big play on this, how I'm playing this, is through the silver company, First Majestic Silver Corp, and this is ticker symbol AG. So we can see this stock started getting a lot of attention last week, massive volume, and shot up to $20 at its high. And I could definitely see this run continuing, possibly going up a ton more as long as the media, the huge volume stays within silver. This is the biggest mover that I see playing out. So we can zoom into the chart after that massive run that it had, and we can see the stock is flagging, ready to break out again. So the reason that this stock right here is my favorite play on silver is because it doesn't have near the market cap as the silver ETF, and it is also heavily shorted. This first Majestic Silver Corp, ticker symbol AG, this does have a 23% short float, so if it gets going, this is the one that I could see having the short squeeze play out on. Now, something to be aware of, silver is one of the most manipulated things in the entire stock market, so it's going to take a ton to be able to move this, but if it moves, it does have a chance to move in a big way. So a very, very speculative trade right here, but it does have huge upside. Alright, so now let's get into the next trade I'm looking at this week. Alright, so the next stock I'm looking to play this week is Rush Street International, ticker symbol RSI. So this is an online gambling and sports betting company. Taking a look at the technicals real quick, we see the stock is down almost 25% in just the past week. It's now sitting right at support at $18 per share, and I think has a pretty good chance to reverse off this level. This company is growing like crazy, has massive revenue growth, it has a huge future addressable market. It is the #1 online casino company in market share in the US, sitting at 16% of the entire market, and does have some pretty well-known brands as well. So the catalyst with this stock is the Super Bowl coming up next week. So the Super Bowl always has massive sports betting numbers. We can also see it after they initially launched their sports betting platform, betrivers.com, in Michigan, had a very, very strong start, with the NFC Championship game being the most wagered on event in this state. Now, in my opinion, the Super Bowl is going to blow these numbers out of the water. We also saw news out recently that betrivers.com is now an official partner of the Detroit Pistons, an NBA team, which is great for media attention. And also we got news on the 26th that Rush Street Interactive is launching betrivers.com as well in Virginia tomorrow, which as of today, it did launch a couple days ago, which is only going to increase the revenue and betting numbers, and the market has not reacted to this news at all yet. Now, the scenario that I could see playing out with this stock is either having a strong reversal off this $18, going back to $20 plus. I could see anywhere from a full reversal going to the $21.50 up to the $25 range, around there. Or I also could see this stock breaking down below support, hitting that $16 support level, and then finally bouncing off of there. So it could go either way, but the stock is getting heavily oversold. The value and growth of this company is overall super, super undervalued. And if the market and sector can bounce this week, I see RSI making a huge move. Also, a stock that I'm liking a ton after the sell-off of this valuation is Golden Nugget Gaming, ticker symbol GNOG. This one is also heavily oversold, sitting right in the support range that I do think will have a reversal and follow in the same path as RSI. Now, one more to keep an eye on in this sector that I'm still loving a ton right now is Fubo TV, ticker symbol FUBO. So this is in the sports betting sector as well as in the streaming space as well. Also in the hot sector of all these short squeeze plays. This is now sitting with over 70% short float, and after it's cooled off after making the big run up to $58, I think this is ready to get going again. After holding the reversal off $40, I could easily see $50 plus this week if the short squeeze plays do stay hot. That 70% short float could make this stock go nuts. Alright, so those are my top 3 stocks for this coming week. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're interested in joining the private Discord chat, the link is down below as well. If you want to get $30 free by just signing up on M1 Finance, if you want to get 4 free stocks on Webull, those links are down below as well. If you're on Robinhood, please get off Robinhood. Definitely for the best right there. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. It does help me out a ton, and I would greatly appreciate that. Good luck to everybody this week. Make sure to trade smart in this crazy market, and let's get rich.